All right, nice to see you again. My name is Dave Roach, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the unemployment benefit extension and the effect it's having on us in the building trades. And I can give you 1,000 stories about people that are losing their unemployment that want to work, because we keep hearing these are people that don't want to work. I have people every day call me and say, I've lost benefits. Now I'm losing my house. I'm going to tell you one story about one person. 2 days ago, was in my office. Navy veteran, U.S. submariner. Graduated boot camp, September 11th, 2001, at 9 a.m. We all know what was happening. I'm going to get a little choked up on this because I apologize for that. He was in my office 2 days ago saying, I got 2 weeks of unemployment left. He's 31 years old, wife and child, bought a house a year ago. Taken every job I've ever offered him. Every job, never refused me. It comes in and goes out to every contractor every week and asks for work. But due to the construction and the economy, which is coming back, we're doing a great job. I think in 6 months we're going to have our people back to work. But this guy's losing everything. He's a Bristol, used to be a Bristol resident, played football in Bristol. And I know because he's my son. And he served, and he came back with PTSD. And he suffered through that and got through that. And he went on. And in 2 weeks, they're cutting him off. And that's it. You're on your own. Now, as a father, I'm going to do what I can. But this government is killing these guys. This is a veteran. This is somebody who came back to our Helmets to Hard Hats program, retrained. And he has nowhere to go in 2 weeks. That's one story of hundreds I can give you. Hundreds I can give you. That has to be restored. It has to.
It is unconscionable, both from, let's take for 1 minute, the fact that, and just look at this purely from an economic standpoint. Set aside the poignancy of that story and so many's like it. And then the belief that, oh no, this unemployment just goes to slackers, or just goes to people that are gaming the system. Now, are there slackers in a system? Are there people that game a system? Yeah, there are. In every system, in every single function that you can imagine in here. So is the goal here to punish everybody else? Most importantly, our economy. So what good does it do to deny these people benefits who are trying to make mortgage payments, or educate their children, or pay for their health care, or pay their taxes? How does that work? How is that a good idea? I don't understand that. And everybody on the other side, their answer is, oh no, what we're doing is creating a culture not going to want to work. Really? I don't know. Most of the people that I come in contact, I would say 99.9%, all would much rather have a job and be working. So, you're right, and I think it's a moral responsibility. Where people are gaming the system, we should go after them. That's wrong. But the rest of the people shouldn't be punished because of that. In the wealthiest nation in the world, at a time when we're making unparalleled profits on Wall Street, that we can't give unemployment to people who, through no fault of their own, have lost a job? Come on. So we can't even get a vote on it, which angers me even more. But that's why we have elections. Yes, sir. We'll get to everybody.
Yeah, I'm Tom Morrill, Executive Director of the Bristol Community Organization. And as you know, we, as a country, celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Economic Opportunity Act this month. And even though we as a country may not have achieved the goals of President Kennedy and Johnson, it's encouraging to hear our current president talking about jobs and economic opportunities. So I want to thank you and the government for still holding on to those ideals. I agree with you that most people would like to have a job, but unfortunately there's not a lot of jobs out there. In addition to the extension of the unemployment, I understand the Farm Bill did pass today, despite no one from the Connecticut delegation voting for it, which I agree with. There were significant cuts to the food stamps, the SNAP portion of the bill. And there are a lot of people that are hurting, and even those that are working are eligible for food stamps. So I guess my question to you, Congressman, is where do you see this going? Presumably it won't pass in the Senate, but what's going to happen with the Farm Bill and with the food stamp program?
Well, the Farm Bill, I assume, probably will pass. And on one hand, the cuts proposed were far deeper than what it ended up with. But from a person who represents the state of Connecticut, and I'll just give you one example, because here again is another area that's been demonized. Food stamps, or also Meals on Wheels. Who receives them? The elderly. The elderly. So I'm in Wethersfield, great suburb of Hartford. I would say an upscale, upwardly mobile community, great community. I'm at their senior center, and I'm talking to them, and Lisa was there with me, and we're talking with this woman about her Social Security payments. I said, well, what do you have? She said, well, I only live on Social Security. What do you think that is? How much do you think she's living on in the state of Connecticut? $9,800 a year. $9,800 a year. Now, she's in housing that is subsidized, so that's good. She's got a shelter. I said, where are your kids? She says, well, they're out of state, and I don't see. She says, I'll make do in the most humble way, and this is so typical of Americans, in the most humble way. She says, I'll make do. She says, but, that was one meal I used to count on a day. So how is she going to make do? She's going to make do, this lady who's worked hard and played by the rules all of her life, by skipping a meal that was brought to her. Oh, we're going to crack down on them. We're going to show them. Who are we showing? It's the elderly. It's children. Where there are problems, fix the problems. But don't cut off arbitrarily the need of fellow human beings. Should be painfully clear to everyone. Anyone that's had an aging parent and been to a nursing home. You know what I'm talking about. Any person between age 54 and 64 who wonders, are they still going to employ me? What will that mean to my benefits? Can I make it to 65 so I can have health care? These are real problems in democracy. And in the process, in this, the greatest country in the world, when someone needs our help, just like we respond to tragedies all around the globe, shouldn't it come here first? And shouldn't we be united behind that?